there's depth. Okay. All right. So what we want to see is where the exit's going to be here for those of you that are looking to get out. If you're holding long term, then this probably doesn't apply, but still be useful information for you. So where's our orders? We've got open orders. All right, man, how much these are over here? So basically, here's all your sellers, here's all your buyers, right? And we want to look for our whales here. We got some really big buys, 9,100. 12 seconds right here. So we've got some resistance here. So it's got to be 33,782 MATIC have to be sold to break this sell wall here. And there's a big buy wall here, which means it's not going to, none of these orders are going to get filled below 175. So we're safe on 175 being the retracement for right now. But we know that about 215, 216 is going to be the entry. So if you're looking, or the exit point, because if these 33,000 orders get filled here, price is going to retrace probably somewhere back here in the 180s. So this is a tug of war of buyers and sellers, and what's interesting is it's not very active comparatively. So that tells me that there's a couple of whales really controlling this whole thing, which is what's been going on all day. It's been very slow moving. Let's see if I can just show you real quick a comparison of an active. See how active this is? This is Cardano 88, and you can see how much movement's going on. $262. Now obviously there's significantly more volume going through ADA, but this thing is still very still. But this will tell us that we should see a little bit of resistance at 213, more 215, but these could come down at any time. And we see the retracement down to 175, small wall here. What's that? 193. So depending on where you got in at, you could be pretty safe getting out here. The next move probably going up. We go back to the K line. You can see it's get out of here. Check this out. 30 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. So we can see here our ask is 2. There we go. Starting to execute some. These are all people willing to sell and what they're willing to sell at. Open orders here. And these guys have to be willing to give somewhere. So you can see this gap here. The buyers say I want it at 2. Seller says 209. cheapest to get in. So one of these guys have to give, or somebody comes in at market, right? That's the variable here. And then these are this should be the actual orders. Yeah, these are the actual orders executed here. So they can see we're trying to move it, move it, move it, move it. That's the gap. They're trying to move it back this way. And you got to take into account a lot of the novice users on like Coinbase or crypto. They only make market orders. Right, so these are all limit orders here, but it's still a good indicator. But I think we're going to should see this move to 213. Let's look at our 1 week chart. Let's go to CoinStat. So just depending on where you're at with it and what your strategy is. But we are in an upward trend, but you will see some retracement after this move. So long term, you're still good long term. But if you want to pull some profits, tonight's going to be a good night to do that. And as long as we don't retrace back below 167, we should be good. But we're already seeing here that the retracement level should be no less than 175, which is good. So that'll keep us in an upward trend. So you can look at this and say, well, if it's not going to go below 175, that's good. If you got in it above 175, then this might be an opportunity to get out and then get back in on that retracement back below 175 if that gets eaten up, because this could be a fictitious wall. This could come down and it could go even lower. You never know. So we got a lot of buyers entering the market looking for that drop to come. If we hit 210, I'm probably going to dump some of mine off of the Coinbase app. Don't know what I'm going to convert to though. Need to convert into something. Probably convert it into 88. Let's see. So we've got 166, 172, 129. I'll probably hold on to that one. 108, hold on to that one. So I'm probably going to dump my buys at 172 and 166 that I got. Those are a little high, so that's what 60. Share this one. The shitty part about the market orders is you can't set that limit to just happen. You got to sit there and actually do it. No, to the contrary, and this is definitely a good long-term hold. It just depends on where you got in. Just depends on where you got in. Come on, baby. One more. 208, 208, almost there, almost there. Oh, of course, AMKO, you bastard. I think I'll trade this up for some CTSI, to be honest with you. That's what I'm going to probably do. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Need some quick math. I need 30 and 62. 30 plus 62. Should be 92, right? 30 plus 62. 92. So I'm going some of my more expensive, converting it over to CTSI. Just because it's going to retrace back and I'll be able to get those cheaper. They lifted that wall, so it might even go higher now. Yeah, I knew that 180. As soon as that broke, it was gonna be to the moon. Wish we could have done it Sunday, but that's all right. There we go, 210. There it is. And they've lowered this wall, so it may go past that, past 215. Right? I originally called 225, but that's a shit. Yeah, that's a 3. It's not going that high. 215 probably. 212. Okay. Okay. Buyers here, 87. Need more buyers. Need some more. It's going back. I'm going to take it at 210. I'm happy with that. Any questions on that, guys? Yeah. And I would get some profits. So yeah, and I think if you trade it, swap it instead of selling it, because you have a fee if you sell it. But there's a lot of buyers back here below 175. So when this exchange ends, which it could be pretty close here, because we need 10,000 orders at 213. There's only 8,000 buyers anywhere near it, or 8,000 orders. You're probably going to top out around maybe 215, unless one of these are artificial walls. You never know. Or market order comes in, you got the FOMO, somebody comes in, anything could happen. But if you came in at 179 and let's say you got 100 shares, 79, and you get out at 210, 212. It's a 15% gain. Turn up 26% gain. No, that's more than that. Yeah, I mean, if you get out at 210, you're to an 18% gain with no fees. And then it's probably going to come back somewhere around here, which is okay, because as long as our retracement yeah, I mean, as long as we don't retrace back below 157, then it's just a normal retracement. But if you could get out, take 18% gains, and come back in the 160s, 170s, you should still see it come up again. But let's see, you gotta look at these sell orders that are moving around here. So you've got 20,000 here at 2.11. If that order hits, you're going to see it retrace right there to 2.11.